What up, Burnt Island?
What up?
Guess what we're playing tonight? So tonight, we're gonna play In the Hall of the Mountain King by Burnt Island Games.
And they're in here!
And they're here right now. So, I honestly don't even know where to get started. There's so much to this. It is quite a bit more overwhelming than it actually is. So when we first sat down to try to figure it out, we got everything in one bag.
It wasn't in the bag though.
Yeah, well, most of it was in the bag, but it was all of these pieces were just in one place. And let's start off by just saying that this is the very prototypey version of this. But it all makes sense once you know what everything is. When you don't know what everything is and you just open up a bag and you have all of these pieces and bits and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't understand any of this.
What are these?
But once we sat down and we actually started playing it, it's actually really simple and kind of fun.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot. And we're also missing a part of the game, it turns out. We found out by watching Derek and Lizzie at the Board Game Spotlight and realized that we're missing one of the newer additions.
It's the pedestal.
Which is the Pedestal Point-Scoring.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So what we're going to do instead tonight, no pedestal tracker. So what we're going to do tonight instead is we're going to get a D4 and we're going to, anytime we place a pedestal, we're going to roll the D4 to score points for it. Because looking at what Derek and Lizzie have, it's just points that you score from 1 to 4.
I'll grab that really quick.
So while we're on the topic of pedestals, let's talk about those real quick. As you're going through and you're building pedestals, they're all in a plastic baggie still. We have all these different color pedestals. Now notice they're blue, white, and orange, and they coincide with these blue, white, and orange statues on the board. But that is kind of important. So as we're going through the game, the purpose of the game is to build tunnels to score victory points. And we build our tunnels to collect statues and resources and to try to either get, there's workshops that can help us get stuff, and we have our little starting caves here. We're going to try to build to get towards the center, but not necessarily. At the beginning, we're probably going to build out here around the outside because that's how we get victory points, or how we get resources that we can use to build more into the center. But our goal is to try to get these little statues as far into the center of the mountain as we can, because then they're worth a lot more victory points at the end of the game. And then the pedestals can help increase values by building statues on top of pedestals. We also can take and build, as we build out tunnels throughout the game, like this and like that, notice they'll start to kind of group up. That gives us the ability to build what they call the Great Halls, which can then take a statue on top of them, making them worth the bigger number when you build them, as opposed to when there's no statue, it's worth the small number for end-of-game scoring. So as always, I've found that it's easier to, instead of going through every single rule with you as we're setting up and playing the game, or setting up the game and before we start playing, it's a lot easier to just kind of go through the rules as they come up as we play it. Because nobody wants to sit here for hours listening to me ramble on. Now, again, we're playing a prototype copy, and it turns out we don't have enough cards to do the true card drafting at the beginning of the game. So what we're supposed to do is you're supposed to shuffle your deck and draw 2, pick one and discard the other, and then draw 2, pick one and discard the other, draw 2 more, pick one and discard the other, and then you'll have another one, you'll draw 2 more, pick one, and you'll keep the last one, and then if you're not the first player, you'll gain the resources on your last one. But if you are the first player, or if you're not the first player, you gain the resources that's on your 5th card. But if you are the first player, which I will be tonight, I don't get anything extra. Now, when we're doing this, the bottom of the colors, these starter cards, which have our color, so I'm this kind of greenish, bluish color tonight, and Beth is pink. Because that's the closest we could get to green and red. But when we're taking these cards, there's a top card, and that's what resource generates while we're playing the game. Our starting resource is the resource that's on the bottom of the card. So based on the 4 that we select in the beginning, which I'm going to select these 4, and I'll discard those. So that means that I will get into we have our little worker boards. This is your storage. And these are going to sit like this as we play the game.
Right.
And so, to generate more resources, what we have to do is we have to purchase trolls. And when we purchase a troll, you'll place them like this, because what we're doing is we're building the troll moot, smoot, the troll smoot. And when we do this, it's a cascading effect. So this generates a resource. And both of these, because that's what's touching. I think this is important before we actually start playing. I know I just said that I'm not going to explain any of the rules. You'll just see it as we play it. But we'll have this cascading effect. So then if we buy a second one, these won't cascade because they're in the way. But there are workshops that you can purchase that can help you get stuff out of here, or you can spend them to get them out of the way. And once they're spent and they're out of the way, when you build another one, well, now I can cascade onto this and onto these two for more resources I can spend. And then, say I want to do this up here. Well, now this one I get this resource, I get both of these, and I get all 3 of these. And we do this, we keep going until we've built an entire pyramid like such. And the first person to do that takes it's a 2-player game, so it takes the number 3, the 3-point token, which triggers the end of the game. It means that everybody now has 2 turns left.
Right.
In a 3 or 4-player game, what Aaron doesn't call trolls automatically, they know. Oh, yeah.
That's true, but they normally just show up.
And so, in a 3 or 4-player game, there is a 5th one that somebody else gets first. So the game doesn't the end doesn't trigger until 2 people complete their troll smoot. But since it's just Beth and I tonight, we go until one of us completes. I think that's going to give you an extra 3 victory points at the end of the game. Get all of this off of here. Let me put all of this stuff back. And I'll get into purchasing trolls later. Actually later this time. And I'm not going to say I'm going to do it later and then do it right away.
I think you're missing some trolls.
No? 5, 4,
Oh, you're right.
2.
5, 4.
5, 4, 3.
5, 4, 3. Yeah,
So
right.
there are different levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. When you're setting up the game, you're going to set up 3 level 3s, 4 level 2s, and 5 level 1s. And these are my 4 cards. Did you get all of your resources?
I did not, but I'm going to. So I get a coin, a little green hammer,
Ham hock.
2.
And I get a coin. Now, I do think... So this...
Yes, I saw that and I was super excited to see that one side was going to be 3 to 5 and the other side was going to be 2 to 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to go right now. Oh, you know what we needed to do? Maybe Burnt Island can do this for us. Post up a link to this Kickstarter. There is 2 days left. And we decided, even though we decided we were going to back the deluxe after playing this last night. So there's 2 different versions, regular and deluxe. Regular comes with a lot of stuff, but deluxe comes with inserts. It comes with game trays that holds everything for you. It comes with 3D printed hammers and
metal coins.
Metal coins.
That's your win right there.
You
love metal coins.
That's my number 1. My number 1 favorite is metal coins. My number 2 is play mats.
Oh, I'm so.
What was my number 3?
I'm so sorry, Mikey. You got caught by the hack. I'm sorry.
Heck, Tablebot strikes again. Where's Rugru? He loves it when it happens with other people.
Yes, I did see that they were trying to give the expansion away with the game as well, which is really cool. And you're right, more people should be streaming board games.
No. Less people should be streaming board games, so more people come and watch us stream board games.
We will gladly stream all the board games for you.
We stream on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Which might change to Tuesdays.
It might be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because Mondays are rough for me. I don't want to go to work.
You keep explaining it, and I'm going to pull the link really quick. Okay?
Okay. Also, will you jiggle the handle on the toilet? I can hear the toilet running.
I can't do anything about the toilet. You broke it.
You broke it. Your poops. Oh, there's the link. Everybody, quick, go check it out. Go look at it. I mean, the end product for this game looks really, really awesome. It looks really exciting, and I can't wait to play it with like the official, like the full resources. And the art looks a lot better. Not that this is bad. It just looks. There's more. It's more artistically appealing with like the rocks and the ripples on the edges of the map and stuff, and it's double-sided. So it's kind of this is kind of a Swiss Army knife setup. It's set up for all the different players, where in the other one there's flipped, so that way it's a little bit more strategic for when you're playing 2 and 3 players versus 4 and 5. This is in the hall of the Mountain King. 2 days left to back it. Is there going to be a solo mode? Is there going to be a solo mode? There you go, Ruguru. The solo mode. Go back it. It's Minecraft.
It's not Minecraft. Get out of here, boy.
Okay, so we've generated our starting resources, and now we have this little board has some nice stuff. So on our turns, we can do a couple different things. Well, we have 4 steps to our turns. We can cast a spell and or activate a workshop. So casting a spell is up here. There's these 3 little troll spell guys. What we have right now, it says Hammer of Heroes. If you dig a tunnel, you may clear any number of rubble spaces by spending a single hammer. So that means we have these. These are Catan ships, but in this case, for prototyping purposes, they are our hammers. And a hammer is used anytime we want to place a tunnel, which again are these, and it's going to be placed over one of these, I don't know what exactly you would call this, but this is the rubble locations. These little black squares with the circles in them. So if you're going to place something, say, like this, well, there's a rubble location right here and a hair on the board.
Yes, Dad. It's like Ruger just scolded me.
And so if you want to place it right here because of this one location, you have to spend 1 hammer, which means you have to have that resource either in your trolls or in your workshop. And then you can place it.
Woo, Jay!
Now, to build one of these tunnels, you have to spend resources. I'm missing resources. Okay, you have to spend resources. And the amount of resources you have to spend, now we have 3. We have coal, iron, stone, iron, and heartstone. It's because I was watching Derek and Lizzie. Derek kept calling it coal, but he was talking about this as coal. Coal, iron, and
gotcha.
But it's stone, iron, and heartstone. Yep. Anyways, I got to check. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So, if we want to buy, say, this number 5, we have to spend 5 resources, but they all have to be the same resource. So, say 5 stone. Or you can do 5 coal if you have it, or you can do 5 heartstone. Now, this is set up in order from kind of the most available to the least available. This is definitely a lot more valuable than this. And this is the middle of the road. And when you spend it, you have to spend all the same type. But you gain a different value, you gain different points based on which resource you spend. So using heartstone to make a tunnel gives you a lot more victory points than using rock. using the stone. I'm going to call it 70 different names.
I know, it's okay.
So for example, building this 5, if I was to build it with stone, I would get 5 points. If I was to build it with iron, I would get 8. And if I was to build it with heartstone, I would get 11. And there's all kinds of different sizes. You can't see them, they're all off the board. And they're all these little pentagram shapes, pentomino. So we have Tetris. So we have the little T's. We have some Z's.
You got some little Z's.
You have little Z's.
Little baby L's.
Yeah, little tiny L's. And some of these have holes on them. And these holes, now if you were paying attention when I very first started talking, this is where we place our pedestals.
Nobody was paying attention to you.
Nobody pays attention. It's fine. So, going back to our turns and our trolls. So we have our spells. To spend a spell, you have to spend
Saber, yes!
To use a spell, you have to spend these purple crystals. I don't have any purple crystals, though I do generate purple crystals. So maybe whenever I build a guy, I can use some of these. And there's 3.
What?
And these can be used 3 times each by anybody.
Yeah, these are runes.
Runes,
Oh my
thank
gosh.
you.
We had them right last night.
Whatever the third, at the end of your turn, like after the 3rd rune has been placed on the spell, this spell will get discarded and will draw a new spell in its place. So the first things you have 2 options. You can do spells or you can trigger one of your workshops. Again, we don't have any tunnels, so we also don't have any workshops.
Yeah, it's not a worker placement.
It is not a worker placement. If anything, it's a drafting game. And I am very bad with all names. Chinese, Nordic, game pieces, it doesn't matter. And I also have a bit of a lisp that I can't hear, but when I go back and I rewatch our videos, it's definitely there and it drives me insane.
What, kids?
No, my lisp.
Oh, I just kicked the kid out, so.
And so at the beginning of the game comes with a bunch of these little workshops. And you choose 2 per player plus 1. And so what we have is this one lets you move resources from on cards down into your workshop.
Yes.
This one lets you convert heartstone into carts, or carts into heartstone. Carts let you move statues around once you acquire them. This one lets you trade any stone or iron for a rune, or a rune for a stone or iron. This one lets you trade a heartstone or an iron for a money, or a money for a heartstone or iron. This one lets you trade a heartstone for an iron, or an iron for a heartstone. I don't know why you'd actually want that.
Hey, Steeper, check out the Kickstarter link. The actual player board for that is fantastic. Like, the art that they put into it is awesome.
It is.
It's in there somewhere. I posted it. Oh, there it is.
And
thank you.
all of the little statues. So the different. I can't remember exactly what is what, but there's like some of these, like a moon and a fire and something and ice. And the little statues are little miniatures that have the symbol on top.
And they're really cool.
It is. It looks really cool. You guys gotta go check it out.
Yeah, you really can't stock up on any of your stuff, which was
Fire,
really...
ice, and moon. I had it almost right. I missed the ice. That was the only one I forgot about.
I told you guys.
I know.
Calm down.
Okay, so I can't really do step 1, but now you have 2 options. You can either dig a tunnel, which is building a tunnel, and it has to start on adjacent to one of your spots, orthogonally adjacent, not diagonal.
Up, down, left, right.
We also can never touch tips.
We can't touch each other's tunnels.
Yes, we can't cross the streams.
We're not sharing tunnels.
So our tunnels can never touch. However, they can be diagonally adjacent, but not orthogonally adjacent, because then we would be sharing tunnels. Now, I'm curious though, while we have Burnt Island here, if you're playing, there are some different scenarios.
Use the creator here too.
I know, that's a good point.
Jay is in here as well.
If you're playing with, there is a scenario that lets you play partners in 4-player, so you share resources. Can you also share tunnels?
Oh.
I don't think I read through
Oh
all
my
of that
gosh,
last
we've
night.
got Jay and Josh in here, and we've got Bird Island. That's amazing.
It's amazing!
I just want to say how awesome that is because that never happens.
It's true.
Like we'll have maybe one person hop in and then they hop out and I'm like, oh no.
So yes, so in a when you're playing 2 teams of 2, then you can do that. Your tunnels can.
So you can share.
You can touch tips.
Oh gosh.
Also, if you didn't know, we are a little vulgar. I'll try to tone it down tonight.
I gave fair warning that we were.
But I think that's what makes us fun. Oh, I forgot one setup. When you're setting up the what do they call this? The trolls that you can hire. You're gonna go through and randomly select from the little baggie 4 pedestals to place here, and here. It's gonna be, you know what though? As awesome as it is that all you guys, creators, publishers, are here watching this tonight, I'm really worried I'm gonna just butcher some rules. And you're gonna constantly be like, nope, that's wrong. Nope, that's wrong. Nope, that's wrong. But at least we'll all walk away knowing the actual rules to the game tonight, and not just kind of the made-up version I might make. Awesome, thank you.
Man, having kids is rough.
It has made streaming hard this year.
Yeah, I mean she's pretty occupied, but only so occupied when she tries to give a cat catnip and the cat bites her.
Oh, did he bite her?
I don't know. She
Don't give a cat catnip.
She said the kitty hurt me.
We gave our cats catnip for the first time maybe ever. And for like a solid half hour, one of our cats was just sprinting through the house from one end to the other, and then back, and then to the other, and then to the back. And that's all he was doing for no reason.
Yeah, he is amazing.
It was really funny. Okay, so I can either...
Yeah.
Now, so phase 1 is done. Phase 2, I can hire a troll or dig a tunnel. Now, I have 4 stone, so building something is pretty beneficial. And none of the first level of guys give us anything good. This guy gives us...
It's because we're stuck at home every single night.
Nothing to do but design games. I've got a couple in the works.
Design games, play games, that's it.
We play lots of games. If you recruit a troll this turn, activate any troll that is supposed to gain stone or heartstone and gain iron instead.
Ooh.
And then the last one is, if you dig a stone tunnel this turn, score it as if it were iron. If you dig an iron tunnel, score it as if it was heartstone. Oh. Well.
I'm going to forget about those because they're so far away from me.
Just ask, and I'll tell you. So I think I'm going to buy... I'm going to hire a troll. So this first level 1 guys are free. So I'm going to take this guy, and now I get to pick where I'm going to put him. I'm going to put him here. But you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm putting him above my heartstone and my... I should have set myself on camera.
Yeah, but you didn't. Womp womp. Too late now.
Anyways, so I'm setting him above my heartstone and my ruin. So I get his resource, which was a coin and a cart. And it is an orange cart while it's on my card. But once if I ever move my carts into my supply, they become wild. And you have to use carts to move the statues around the board
Get them to your pedestal.
try to get them to the pedestals or get them as close to the center of the mountain as possible. But when you're doing it off of a card, you can only spend ones based on the color of the statue you're trying to move. So right now I can only move orange statues.
Yes, Saber, we have a D4 on the table.
And we're using this in lieu of, because this is a prototype copy, and we have a slightly older, or it just may have been missing, I'm not sure, I think. But I know that they changed how the scoring of pedestals works, and they have this pedestal board, that when you build a pedestal, and it's the first in each different color ring, can only have 1 pedestal of each color. Right. So whoever gets to it first scores points. And the new version, there's some tokens that you get,
pedestal tracker?
Some pedestal trackers with some pedestal point tokens on them, and you score whatever the point tokens are on there. And I did think it was relatively random from what I saw, but it was between 1 and 4. So what we're going to do in lieu of that tonight to keep that rule in place is we're just going to use a D4, and anytime we're the first person to build that color, we're going to roll a D4 and score those points.
Yeah, you're right. I think it had more to do with the tracking than scoring. But points are fun. Who doesn't want more points? And to be honest, last night Aaron whomped me. I only had 52 points and he was at like 100 points.
I got into the center and stuff. We'd also played the cart moving are wrong, and I think we figured it out for tonight. Oh, let me get the rest of my stuff. Now,
Rune down.
so now, you can either hire a troll or dig a tunnel. You can't do both. So then you would move on to the third phase, which is where you can pay carts to move your statues around, and then you can dedicate great halls. Great halls was those spots that give you, yes,
Great halls.
that you use whenever you have a bunch of tunnels kind of all tied together. So that means that's the end of my turn and it's Beth's turn. I know that took forever and you learned a lot, and I'm going to keep going over the rules. Yes, I do always win, even off camera.
He does. It's awful. But
And I almost always win when we're on camera, except for when Abby's here, because for some reason she always wins.
She does always win. I think it's because we help her.
It's a collective win.
It is a collective win. We're like, yes, we won. Let's put a little asterisk by our name.
Go, take your turn.
Okay.
So, she's got first option, cast a spell, or activate a workshop.
Oh, I don't have any
She
runes.
doesn't have any runes, so she can't do that, and neither of us have workshops, so she can't do that. So, step 2, hire a troll or dig a tunnel.
It's a good question. I feel like I need to get something before you do.
You want that thing.
I do want that thing, and I want it before you get it because you...
So then you need to build something with 2, because that's the closest
I know.
workshop.
I can't cover
Or,
it.
here's the cool thing. So you have 4. So watch what happens. If you use this one. No, don't use that one.
Could just use that one.
Don't use that one.
Oh my god, you're so mean to me.
Listen, I beat you by 40 points last night.
Almost
If you
50.
use this one, not only do you gain this resource,
You're right.
it also that means this workshop
It's
has
covered by
2 edges
2.
touching it. So if she chooses, which she's going to choose this one.
Of course.
So when she chooses this, if it was say like that, or let's go with your original example, what you were just going to do. She was going to place like this. So A, she's missing out
I
on
would be
this
missing it.
resource.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And when you cover a resource, you're going to place it. Hold on, I'm still using that for an example.
Oh my gosh. Put my little...
But when she goes to use this workshop at the beginning of her turn, she can only use it once because only one side has, they call this an entrance. There's only one entrance. And we can share workshops as long as none of our pieces are touching orthogonally adjacent.
So here's my 4 pieces.
Yeah.
I know, showing us paying 4 for them. Calm down.
But by placing this here, not only does she get that resource,
Get one back.
now she has 2 entrances to this workshop, meaning that when she wants to use her workshop, she can activate it twice on her turn.
And I go.
Which means, if you're doing math, Brugru, check my math, that if you have one touching every side, you can activate it 4 times in one turn.
Saber, they announced solo and co-op.
Solo and co-op. Or FFA. What is FFA? Future Farmers of America?
Yes, we are playing competitively because I mean.
Yes. Free for all.
We play a lot of games co-op, so sometimes a little bit of competitiveness is fun. Not all the time, but sometimes.
4 is correct. Alright, so you built a tunnel.
Yeah.
And now you don't have any statues and you can't build
Great Hall.
So it's my turn. So
Yes.
first thing I can do is I can cast a spell. Now I thought about casting a spell earlier. It says if you dig a tunnel this turn, you may clear any number of rubble spaces by spending a single hammer, which I have.
Are you sure, Saber?
Or if you recruit this troll and activate a troll that is supposed to gain stone or heartstone, you gain iron instead. Why would I want that?
I don't know.
The iron is still placed into the heartstone symbol on the troll card as if they were minerals. I feel like I'd want that the other way around.
Yeah, like the iron turned into heartstone.
It's alright. I mean, maybe if you were in a situation like this where we don't have any iron, but I have 4, and so I want to build a 5er, but I can't. Talk about a high 5er.
I've got my fingers and toes crossed, but how close are you? Like,
to what?
To hitting the next stretch goal. I didn't really like pay close attention to like the stretch goals that weren't unlocked yet.
Whoa. What is your next stretch goal?
I'm sure I could look, but my phone is with a 2-year-old right now.
When, not if.
Yeah, it is when, because I mean, it's only a matter of time.
When, not if. Well, there's only 2 days left, and I guess it depends on how close they are.
Yeah, that's why I just asked.
Or just do it anyways. You guys got, what, 550% of your pledge goals?
Alright, let's play this.
Okay.
What you doing?
I don't know what I'm going to do. If you dig a stone tunnel, score it as if it were iron. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, iron's the middle. I kept thinking this is so this one lets you do stone or heartstone and make it iron. Presents here.
Yeah. I like to watch when I'm on Kickstarter, watch like everyone pledging and then just watch the number go up. I'm like, yes, keep going.
Alright, well, I'm going to activate that guy.
The number keeps going up.
Score stone as if it were iron. So that was my first action. I'm going to pay for a spell. And now I'm going to pay 4 stone to build a 4-piece nugget meal. Which one do I want?
Yes, Saber, it's your homeland, so you should be like on top of this one.
Canada? Canada?
Yes. That's why I was like looking at it, I'm like, what is this price? I'm so confused. And then I realized it was underneath was what I needed. And I was like, oh.
So because I'm placing here, I have to spend a hammer, which this is probably going to backfire horribly on me, thinking about this. But Beth needs a win. But
give me a win.
It does have an iron on it, so I do collect an iron. And anytime you collect something off of the board like this, it goes into your workshop. It does not go on the trolls. The only thing that goes on the troll cards is when you buy a troll and the stuff that cascades down below it. Oh my gosh, trolls make a lot more stone than anything else. Later on, if you have a crowd of trolls that make stone, you can hit the touch of iron to convert them all. Yes. So it's funny because I realized that the iron was the middle one after I had asked the question. And so because I built something that was 4 iron, that gives me 6 victory points. So you're losing.
Oh.
And I unlocked a workshop. And
but I took the
so
good.
I'm going to take carts for heartstones. Cartstones is what I'm going to start calling them now. Because I can do both.
Cartstones.
And that is the end of my turn.
Well,
I don't have any statues yet. But I'm very close to 2 of them. It's a horde, technically. Oh, this is the horde.
Yes.
The horde. Oh, wait, is this the horde?
This is your troll smoot.
Yes, troll smoot, horde. This is the horde. This is the troll smoot.
Correct me if I'm saying that wrong, because
the horde.
Even reading books, I get stuck on words, and I'm like, how do you pronounce it?
So that's how I heard everybody else saying it. Because of course we don't learn board games. We watch other people learn board games.
For the horde. To be fair, we read the rule book quite a few times, and we even printed off 2 copies so we could go back and forth and argue about rules, because that is a lot of fun.
So that reminds me, for you publishers and developers out there, I feel like more publishers should start including, especially on cooperative games, especially on co-ops,
Or like legacy
more
games.
than one rule book. Because it's really nice when you're trying to learn for her to have one and me to have one and us be sitting here flipping through trying to find rules.
And sometimes...
But in co-ops, it's even more important because nobody knows what the hell's going on.
But sometimes I also let my 2-year-old play. Here you go.
Or even quick reference sheets.
Yeah, or quick reference sheets. I find that was
But that
easier.
doesn't help me, Rugru. If they're all in different languages, that only helps me if I'm bilingual. And I can barely speak English, much less another language.
Oh, they had other ideas.
So, yes, printing them off the internet does make a lot of sense, but we don't actually have a printer.
I use my work printer.
Yeah, if I ever have to print anything important, I go to Kinko's and do it.
I'm awful. I go to work, I do my work, I get it done super quick, and then I'm like, what can I do that's not work related?
Anyways, is it your turn? It's your turn now.
It is my turn, but I don't know what I want to do.
Well,
I can't.
talking is not going to accomplish your goal.
It is accomplishing my goal. It makes me feel better.
So you can't build anything.
I can't build
So I
anything.
can tell you right now, you can't do spells, but you do have a workshop, but you don't have anything to push in there. So you need to buy a troll.
I need to buy a troll.
And you can't afford to buy a level 2 yet.
No, I can't. I can't afford anything.
Because while she's thinking about this, let me explain that. If you can see this, hold on, let me turn off our cameras. This is not important at the moment. Hopefully there's audio on this other page. Or maybe not. Whoosh. Can you still hear me?
Oh, look at that. I can see the board.
So, yes, perfect. Okay, so looking over at this, see we have these different tiers in the troll horde that you can purchase.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to purchase this guy, then you have to bribe these two guys with gold. If you want to and this is where this whole idea of cascading in this game comes into play. Almost every purchasing has this cascade effect, and getting your resources. And gosh, kids, why do we keep making them? You're gathering your resources. It's the same kind of cascading effect that you can see my hand, but you can't see what I'm pointing at. So, if you wanted to purchase this level 3 guy up here, which gives you some really good stuff, it would actually cost you 5 because you'd have to bribe these 3 trolls and these 2 trolls to get this one card. And anytime a troll ends up with 4 bribes on it, he just says, fuck it, I'm retiring.
Good.
And then he gets discarded and a new troll in his place.
He retires happily.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Fuck it, I'm retiring.
Yeah.
You know
How
what?
is that any different?
I think I'm going to draw in the red troll, or should I say orange troll. No, yes. So I can have a rune and an orange card.
You're gonna get 2 runes.
Yes, I am going to get 2 runes. Although that still doesn't give me anything to... This is the same problem I had yesterday. I didn't have...
Well, we don't have very good trolls on our bottom row right now.
Can we just reshuffle?
No, that's cheating. She's a cheater. Get her, Ruguru.
I can't move statues, and I can't dedicate a Great Hall yet. So, it is your turn.
So that was it. That was all your stuff. Wait, you gotta grab your other rune.
I thought you gave it to me.
No, I gave you a cart. An orange cart.
And 1 rune.
And 1 rune. That was...
Cheated!
Exactly!
Ruru, come on, man.
Alright, so I now have nothing to do, but I have $2. So I can come over here and bribe a troll. And I'm going to bribe this guy right here. So to bribe him, I have to... Or to take him, I have to bribe the 2 guys beneath him. And I get my first pedestal!
Ooh.
Which means now the next time I build something that has one with little holes in it, I can put the pedestal on it. I think that's how that works.
I think.
I'm going to put this here because I'm going to need a hammer. And then I get... Well, the hammer goes here.
Jader.
I get 3 stone, 4 stone, another money, and a blue cart.
Blue card. And don't forget to put out another number 2 troll.
Don't you tell me what to do. I know what I'm about.
I am about.
Alright. Now, I cannot move statues and I cannot dig tunnels. It's your turn.
Alright, what spells we got over there?
You can dig a tunnel this turn. You may clear any number of rubble by spending a single hammer. That's going to come in really handy when we're trying to get to the center. If you receive a troll this turn, you may activate the troll that is supposed to gain heartstone with stone or heartstone and get it as iron. If you dig a stone tunnel this turn, score it as if it were iron. If you dig a tunnel, an iron tunnel, score it as if it were heartstone. So you basically score the next level up.
So as much as I want to dig a tunnel, I can't. I don't have enough resources.
No.
So I think it would be smart for me to take the troll with the money.
Which one?
The blue one.
Okay, because there's two.
So that way I have some money.
Yeah, and so what did we notice last night when we were playing this? And I almost thought that we were playing it wrong because it felt really weird because at the beginning of the game, it's like, I can't do anything with this crap.
It feels so
What do I do? I think we gotta be doing this wrong. But what ended up happening was because of how all of this stuff cascades and how buying a troll gives you it and everything underneath it, all of its children, you end up with a lot of resources. By the time you place your final card on the top, you have a ton of stuff. So it is almost at its truest an exponential game, where at the end of the game you'll have so much extra stuff that you don't actually need anymore, that you're not really sure what to do with it all, especially considering you end up with 2 turns left after somebody finishes their troll smoot.
But for whatever resources are left for every set, you get 1 point. So.
You do gain points for extra resources.
Yep. So it is actually your turn. I even moved 2 of my pieces in. So.
Did I miss a question somewhere? Yes, and so I can't place a pedestal here because you can only place the pedestals when you build it. And if there was another blue inside this light gray ring, I couldn't place this here because there can only be one color of each pedestal, of each of the 3 pedestals in each colored ring. And things are worth a whole lot more the closer to the center you get.
No worries, we've had tons of technical issues with computers. We understand.
Yep. We've had nights where you just had to cancel the whole night. Okay, so my turn. I don't have. Well, I can't do any spells, but I do have a workshop, and I can convert 1. I'm gonna do that right. I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna convert 1 guy.
Josh says that every matching set of 3 resources is worth a victory point. I think our rulebook says 2.
No, it's 3.
Is it 3?
Yes, because I ended up having 9, and I think you might have counted it 2 because you're terrible at math.
No, I could have sworn it said 2.
No, it's 3.
I totally misread that. I will read it and be wrong because I know that you are right.
You're fighting the creator of this game.
I'm not fighting him. I just want to make sure I didn't read it.
Oh, that's right. He has got a good point. You can trade a mix of any 4 resources for 1 thing from the supply.
I totally cheated last night by 4 points.
I did forget about that rule last night whenever I had a pile of crap and I was like, man, I wish I had 1 more of these.
I agree.
Developer, creator. I know.
The all-knowing.
No, because there's a difference between the developer and the creator. Because the developer is like the person who takes. It's just like in web design. There's a web designer who goes into Photoshop and makes the website. And then there's a developer, like me, who takes the picture of the website that the designer made and then makes it into an actual website.
Just like web design.
So Josh is the person that's taking... Josh is the person that's taking the... if Josh is the developer, as I'm assuming that's why he winky faced me, he's taking the design and making it into a functional game.
Gotcha. And Jay was the mastermind behind it. The all-knowing. Right?
The all-knowing.
The all-knowing. Okay. Listen, my job's not as cool, so...
Could be.
Could be.
Just gotta stop reading dumb books and start reading tech books.
I like the book that I'm reading.
No, you don't.
Oh, you're right.
You the whole time you're like, I don't think I like this book. I can't pronounce any of the names. Alright, anyway, so I activated a workshop.
Oh
now
my
I
gosh, so many developers. Ooh, and art director. Those are fancy titles.
It sounds so fancy.
It does sound so fancy.
I don't know. I don't want to spend for... But I don't have enough of this stuff.
Spend it.
No. Stop it.
Do it.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I don't either. I do not do art.
I can kind of do art. It's not great, but it gets by.
Gets by. I do crafty art. Seriously.
I don't feel like I have any good options here.
You can build.
I'm gonna build 4 because I have 4.
You have 4.
I have 4 stone. So I'm gonna score 4 points and build a number 4. Puts me at 10. But which of these? I'm gonna take all 3 because I don't know where I'm gonna go yet, and I kind of need to just like feel it out. Giggity.
Giggity.
Nope, it's got a touch. Could do that, but I don't. Oh, I do have a hammer. I could. Or I could do this and get a hammer and another wood. Or a hammer and another iron. But that doesn't really give me... Ooh, if I do this is what I'm going to do. Here, take these.
Oh.
Because doing this will give me another iron and a hammer, and it makes my workshop a level 2 workshop, where it has 2 entrances, so I can use it twice each turn.
That is nice.
And I don't have to spend my hammer this turn. I generate an iron. I keep calling it wood. I don't know why. And I generate another hammer. And I get to place my pedestal.
Oh no!
So now our point scoring system, I get 3 points. That's our makeshift pedestal scoring mechanism.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to activate a workshop. Pull 2 items in. Good.
Cool.
Good job. Right, take your lunchbox and oh gosh, Jesus.
Yep.
Put it in the fridge. Alright. I activated my workshop. I'm gonna hire a troll. I'm gonna put these on the 2 to the right. And I'm gonna 1, 2, and then I'm gonna take that guy. Cause he's gonna help me. Cause I need some stuff. And this should help me for a little bit. So 3 here.
Except you can only place that blue now inside there.
Yeah, I know.
She actually might beat me this game, looking at it.
And you know what it is?
It's funny that you say that, Saber. If that's your case, this game has some really cool, really unique mechanics that I haven't seen in other places. And it's a lot of fun. And the art is pretty good.
Yeah, I really like the art. I like the box art too. It's a giant ass troll on the front.
Yes.
I don't make
Is
very
it
good
my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn. I did all that I could. It is very unique. Yes, it is.
I'm going to use my workshop to convert this to a heartstone. I'm gonna buy a guy. Actually, I'm gonna buy this guy. No, I'm not. I'm gonna buy this guy.
Taking my money.
Kind of sucks. I wish I could have got that Hearthstone down. You're right. The workshop is super important.
Yeah.
That supply workshop. It's almost like there needs to be a step that you can move like 2 things down or a thing down or something. Because.
Or you just have to be the first to get the workshop. It's a little.
But then that means that whoever is the first to get that workshop is going to always win by a lot of points.
That's not always the case, because look at how much further you are than I am.
Right now, while I have nothing, but as I keep generating, like as you keep generating resources, you can move them down, especially once you get that wrapped all the way around.
Did you go?
No, I'm thinking. So I have to place my stuff. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do.
We dropped a card.
Because buying that didn't really help me all that much. Oh, I don't... Oh, that's right. I changed out that for it. That's how I had 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh. Okay.
I do like this. I know that as previewers, we're not supposed to give our opinion, but I do really like this. It's always different, and there's like a level of thought that can be, because the horde could be different every time, and that almost changes the
Please do.
that almost changes the perspective, or like your approach, your strategy to the game. And then again, like I said, because she got that workshop that lets her move stuff down, like that really hurts me, because now I get stuck. Like I could have gotten another Hearthstone, but I had no way of moving it down unless I spend it.
So I know this doesn't make a ton of sense right now, but it will.
I know, you're trying to get to the heart of the thing. And you're going to try to build
So I have to use 1 hammer to get up there. Because there's some rubble.
Rubble.
But now I can move 3 things into my thing.
Don't forget to place your podium.
But here's my floor.
Your pedestal.
And here's my...
Roll the dice. Our pedestal score tracker.
3.
And you score 4
for that.
For that. But I do really like this. It's very strategic. And it gets out of control quick.
Honestly, it was my favorite too last night, and he had it. I was a little jealous he got there first.
And imagine if it's not in the game.
Oh,
Like, then neither of us would have that ability.
That'd be hard. I don't want to think about it.
I do worry. I just would like to throw this out there as a word of caution for playtesting. I do think it might be too OP.
Oh.
I'm just throwing that out there. Because last night I beat you by 40 points.
He was not saying that last night when he won.
I know. And now I already foresee myself getting just whomped on by the end of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the fact that you have that this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everybody's favorite.
Oh, I forgot to pull stuff into my workshop.
Just pull it down now.
Okay, nobody will know. I can pull 3 down now because it's all 3 seconds. No?
It wasn't at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, so 2. Okay.
So you can only do 2.
I put 1 back.
It's not one. Well, which one's your favorite, Josh?
I really rarely win 2. Sometimes it's draining. That's why we like playing the co-op legacy games occasionally, because we both have to win or both lose.
Josh has some secret strategies.
These are the people to learn from. Secret strategies going on. Josh wins every game.
Oh, which one? So we have... I don't know what the names of them are. This one changes the iron or heartstone into a coin. That's the one I should have taken.
That one. Iron or heart.
Yeah.
There you go.
Iron, gold, iron, or heart. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's the one I should have taken. Because then you can constantly turn iron and heart into money so you can get up to these level 3 trolls.
Ruger, to be fair,
Man!
like, we found that when we have to teach like Puck a game or anyone a game, we always lose because we're too busy teaching them how to play.
Yep.
And making sure that they understand the strategy and they understand how to play.
When I don't have to teach Puck how to play the game and tell Puck the rules 7 times, I almost always destroy him.
Well, Abby usually wins too because you're focused on helping her as well.
So I always win.
You don't always win.
If I'm helping Puck and I'm helping Abby and they beat me, I won because I helped them beat me.
Josh,
Yes, I can see that. You usually do end up as the main target. Did you go?
Yeah, I went.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to spend 4 Heartstone. Oh, wait. I get to... Oh! I get to do my ability. I'm going to turn this cart into a Heartstone.
Oh.
That's 5 Heartstone, Hooker.
Oh, you're special.
So, what do I want to build? Well.
You don't want to build anything. You just
Yes, I do.
No.
Yes, I do.
Mm-mm.
I'm going to build this piece. And it's going to go like this. Now, notice I do get another Heartstone.
Oh, you're going to place that thing, aren't you?
And not yet.
Okay.
And I do have to spend a hammer. When you get do they just go where they were located before?
That's what I was doing with them.
I'm going to stand him up, though, because he's mine now. Okay, so now...
Same place. Sweet, so I wasn't doing that wrong. You're just kind of putting them back. Oops, he got poked.
Yeah, exactly. And stand him up. Okay. What am I missing?
So will we have you guys here? Will you be at Gen Con?
Yes, it's a great question. Will you guys be at Gen Con? Because if
you
you are, we'd like to
stop by, visit, say hi.
stop by, visit, say
Show
hi.
our camera
sure
in
you
your
heard
face.
her. We'll have the camera. I'll have all like the stuff on there and maybe a light and the swivel mount.
Woo!
Let's set up something after this.
Oh gosh, you have plenty of time.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be like right after this, but I mean, between now and then, let's set up a time to come and hang out. We are planning to be there for the full 5 days this year. It's our first day going a full 5 days.
Coffee, beer. I don't know.
KTBG.
We don't have any kids, so. You're scared. Oh, I gotta go check out the kid.
Is she scared of the kitty?
Probably. The cat was trying to bite her.
Yep. It'll be fun. Last year we got in on Friday night. No. We got in on Thursday night. We did Friday, Saturday, and then we left on Sunday. We didn't even stop back at the con on Sunday. But this year we're going to do all 5 days. We're going to get there Thursday sometime, and then do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I want to try to do the, what was it? We talked about it last time. The True Dungeon. Is it called True Dungeon? That dungeon escape room stuff? Oh, Saber, you gotta try to make it out there. It's so cool. It's like the San Diego Comic-Con of board games. It's awesome.
That's super cool.
Oh, I have to score victory points.
You
I
don't need those.
spent 5 red, so I score 11 victory points.
Saber, so we're not very
24.
traditional when it comes to Gen Con. We save up all of our money and then we stay about 40 minutes outside of Indianapolis. And we found the perfect Airbnb with this older couple who it's super affordable. I mean, even with like parking, we still only pay like $300 max for a hotel and parking versus some people paying $1,500 just for their hotel.
Yep.
And even with the gas, we're still at what, maybe $400 versus
But that is assuming that you drive.
Well,
a lot
yes.
of people who stay close fly.
They fly in. Okay, so that's a tough one.
But you could rent a car for the few days. So it would still be cheaper to rent a car for a week than it would be an Airbnb. I mean, you're probably looking at $400, $200 for a car for a week, and
well, flying from Canada might be more expensive.
oh yeah, flying. I forgot about the flying, the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's expensive. Okay, so I'm done with my turn. I scored my points. It's your turn.
Oh gosh.
Oh wait, I can move statues around. I don't want to move my statue yet. Plus, I don't have any cards. I've spent them all to make heartstones.
Okay.
I could see a grand easily for pretty much everybody
I don't really necessarily know.
that can't drive and stay in an Airbnb. If we end up moving, we might end up being in the same boat.
No, we'd still be driving.
It's true. I hate flying.
East Coast or bust. Okay, I'm gonna activate my workshop and pull in 3 because I can now.
What?
Activate your
Oh,
workshop.
yes.
Pull in 3. I'm going to have to buy another troll so that way I can cascade down so I have more stuff. So I'm gonna take the troll with the heartstone on it. Yep. Although, should I take one with the money instead?
No, the heartstone. I mean, maybe, but the heartstone.
Let's just do this.
You only have. Oh, you'll have 2 now.
Yeah, so I'm.
Ooh.
One, 2, 3. Whoopah!
Kapow!
Goodbye. Alright,
All right.
now I'll let you go.
I'm gonna spend. Oh, I can't do what I wanted to do. Anyways, I'm gonna do then this. I'm gonna take 2 monies.
You know, Preston, it'd be really cool if they actually had like an on-site daycare. Not gonna lie.
And I'm gonna buy this guy. Now I have a white pedestal, and I'm gonna place it here.
That's the best number.
Put this there.
Yeah, nobody tells you that, Prosden. Nobody tells you that. They're all peachy and happy. They never tell you that you can't go do anything.
That's the best number of kids. Hey, look, I have a white.
Although some
Card
people
now.
are able, their kids are really well behaved and they're able to take them to go do game stuff.
All of our kids have ADD and are physically attached to their phones.
Yeah, well, one's attached. She's watching Peppa Pig though. How can you hate on Peppa Pig?
The other kid has like anxiety anytime her phone's not within a few feet of her.
Yeah.
All right, your turn.
All right. So I think I know what I need to do. Okay. I'm gonna build one of these bad boys for 4. Wait, 4.
Now this may seem quick, because we're only 3 cards away from triggering the end of the game.
Here's my thing. So I get a heartstone and a one of these.
Did you pay a hammer?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I just put it in there. And now I get 4 points. And I get another...
Dogs, stop it.
Get another workshop.
9 birds.
Oops.
Are you counting chickens in those 9 birds? That's a lot of bird
You
poop.
do you, but I'm gonna place a gray hole.
Okay. Kabam, done.
That's a lot of bird poop. Dare you outside? It's your turn.
Alright, so first thing I'm gonna do is kill a cart.
Kill a cart.
I'm gonna kill 2 carts for a red for 2 heartstones. Not killing a cart, but I'm gonna use my workshop to do 2 carts.
Preston has a bunch of chickens.
And now I'm gonna spend 5.
But he saves on eggs.
5
Yeah.
iron to build the long Z.
And I can bump you up 5?
Yep, and I'm going to have to spend a resource. I'm going to place this right here. Yeah, that just happened.
Did you use a hammer?
I did use a hammer. I just said I'm going to use a hammer. And wait, where was this location? I almost wish these tunnel pieces were clear so I could see what I just placed underneath it. Because as soon as I place these,
You forget what
I completely forget whatever was underneath it.
So I just peek underneath really quick.
I know, but
Are you going to dedicate a great hall?
I am going to dedicate a great hall.
You going to take one of the big boys?
I'm going to take this big boy. So now, wait, let me make sure I'm done with my turn. Because I score 5.
I bumped you up 5.
It's more than 5 because it was black.
Oh.
So I scored 8, so give me 3 more. God, cheater.
So, well, I went on 5 based off the number. I just wasn't thinking that you were using a different color.
So now I get to place a pedestal, or place a grand hall as my 4th step. And so here's one thing, here's a question I had. So I know that it says in the rule book I lose my pedestal. Does it go back into my supply or back into the game supply? And what happens with the guy that's there? Does he just, the statue, does he immediately just move to the altar? Which is what they call the spot in the middle.
I think that's what Lizzie and Derek were doing.
So this is now out of the game. So we'll just throw it back in the bag.
I don't know if you're supposed to pop it back in the bag.
It's wherever he stands, just flip it over.
Ah, gotcha.
So just flip, what? Statue stays in, so do I have to spend a cart to move him? Where was he? I think he was right there.
Yeah.
So do I have to spend a cart to move him onto the altar?
Do a 180. Spend a cart.
Got it.
I feel like Arcada's doing her homework using her Google Home.
Probably.
Cheater!
You know what though? That's life. I don't know how to do math. My phone does it all for me. I don't know how to spell. Spell check does it all for me.
She uses voice to text.
I'm telling you, in like 10 years, people won't even know how to drive because the cars are going to drive themselves, which honestly is not a bad thing.
You can rotate the hall when you're placing it, and then he would be,
Oh!
the pedestal would be in the right spot. Damn it, now I shouldn't have told him that. Rotate
That's
the hall.
what you guys meant by rotate. I was hearing flip it over. I'm like, but the what? The back is white. I get it.
There's nothing there.
I get it now. It's Monday. Come on. I didn't sleep well this weekend. I haven't slept well in like a week.
No, you're running on like mom sleep.
I am.
Oh, you feel the pain, don't
When
you?
do I get that super mom strength?
No, you don't. Oh, you mean when I'm popping the tops open for you?
Yes.
So I can barely open?
Shut. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And so now we score these at the end of the game, not when
Right.
we get them.
Right.
Last night we were scoring things as we got it. It made the end of the
Go
game a lot less
red.
exciting.
Yeah, I did make them all.
Because we kind of were already like, well, you beat me by 40 points.
Yeah.
Alright, so that means my turn is done. It is your turn.
Yes.
You have 4 reds.
I do have 4 reds, but I don't have any hammers.
Oh, you're right. Because if you had a hammer, you could use this guy up here to dig a tunnel, and you could build something that takes you right into the heart.
I know. I mean, I can't actually just give up 4 cards.
You know what you should do? Is you need
I don't have any money, so I mean...
you need to take something like, oh, you have because really you need this card right here that gives you another red, so that way you can have 5 reds, so you can build something that has 5 spots, and you have a bazillion ruins.
I do.
You could
I
also trade in some of those ruins for stuff. Honestly, you can use the rule where you can do the trade-in any number of times. So you can do 4 carts and 4 ruins, and they don't even have to be 4 hearts and 4 ruins. or 4 carts. But you could do the 4 carts and the 4 ruins and get your 5th red and one of these things, and you can use this spell so that way you can build like the T all the way into the center.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but then I don't have any of these things.
So?
You don't know me.
The whole purpose is to try to get these guys. You can always build those later, and you could do that with coal.
Yeah, okay.
Or you could do that now.
Trade.
But you need that hammer thing to get all the way up in here.
I need 2 reds. Oh, 1.
You don't need 2 reds. You need a red and a hammer.
Oh, yeah. Red. And here's my rune for the spell. Pop it up there.
Hammer of Heroes.
Here's my 5 red.
Just dump it in there.
Big ass T. Only a kind of it. Oh no, I can't.
Why not?
Because I need more than 1 hammer.
Baby!
Oh yeah, never mind. Never mind. Just need the 1 hammer. Shut up, I wasn't listening to you.
Even Josh had commented about
I know.
puncturing your way into the center. And then look, you have all this spot right here. You could build a 3, and then you could put a hall there.
I get 11 points.
You do get 11 points. I shouldn't have helped you. You're going to beat me in the long run anyways.
I don't know. I'm
Though I do have this, which is 20.
Yep. Oh, these are mine.
Are you gonna... You don't have a cart. You don't have a pedestal or anything.
No, I have the blue and I just don't have a statue.
Alright. Get out of here, dogs. Oh! Damn it. When did you place that?
My last turn.
Was that before or after I did that?
Before.
Oh, okay. So I get one of these.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'm going to use this one. Because I don't have any way of getting magic spells, and that will help me. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned, but it is an option, is the game does come with 2-piece tunnels that do cost 2 resources to build, but you don't gain any victory points for them. So we avoid it unless absolutely necessary, like unless there's a real good beneficial gain to purchasing it.
Right. No, we just kind of put them there.
Well, I have 4 grays. Yep. Planting a cheap pedestal in the top tier. Josh knows what's up. It's almost like he has played this game before. I don't know.
It's difficult.
There's so many options. I don't know what... I don't want to make the wrong decision.
Just do it. I messed up all my little guys.
Well, we love you watching us play it. What?
It's just funny watching you not know what to do. Brew, don't do that. That's how you get electrocuted.
I need to move stuff down. There's too much shit in the way.
That's the problem I had last night.
Alright, well, I'm just going to build a tunnel. I'm going to build a tunnel, a 4-banger. I don't know where yet.
Yeah, baby.
I guess I'm gonna do this one here. And then I guess I'm gonna build the white pedestal. Excuse me. 2. And then I built a 4 with gray with the stone. So that gets 4 more. I love the amount of thought that can go into this because there's so many options. Like it's really a lot. I wouldn't say chess-like, but there's just that you do have to really think about what you're going to do and how that's going to affect the next couple of turns. I don't think you can just go into this saying I'm just going to place this one here because I can do that. There has to be a beneficial gain. Like on this one, I did that because I really wanted the ruin, so I could cast some spells. I thought about that, but I'm not in really any shape right now to get into the middle. I mean, I am. Yeah, it's a good. You know what? That's a good idea. I am gonna save it. I'll put those 2 points back because I could go right here and go start diving in.
Okay. Let me bring it upstairs. I feel like I've
It's your turn.
got my exercise.
I built this right here, and I took those resources. Oh, I got 2 coal or 2 iron. So I got 4 resources for building that, and I'm going to opt to not place the pedestal there.
Okay, that's fair. I would like to buy or hire that troll right there.
This one?
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Now he does this cascading magic.
Yep, this is where cascading becomes fun. Because you get so much stuff when you hit that third tier in your Troll's Moot.
And I get a hammer. And it looks like 3 blue cards.
Would be nice if you had a blue troll or a blue statue that you could go put on a blue podium.
What?
We're trying to put the trolls or the statues on the podiums, right?
Yes.
Because at the end of scoring, they give you points for being on podiums. You can keep taking your turn. Don't worry about me.
I'm done. I hired a troll.
Oh, you're right.
And on the statue you get to move, so.
Yes. 1 statue per tunnel may be scored. With a pedestal, there were 2. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Without a pedestal. With a pedestal, it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. So if you build a little 2-banger right here, then you could put a pedestal there, and you'll score 20 points for that. There's so many strategies. So many options.
I need more hammers.
I get FOMO just sitting here trying to figure this out. If you recruit a troll this turn, any advanced troll that is supposed to gain stone or heart stone instead. Oh.
Yeah, the spells
I'm gonna do that.
That we got together this time weren't as
And I'm going to gain this guy.
friendly as the 2 trolls that we got last week.
So now, because I took this, these 2 stones become iron now. And I get 3 carts. That thing, an iron, another iron, a stone, and another coin. Now I'm rich.
Ooh.
I could probably freak on you.
Probably could.
Okay. What do I want to do? Is that it? I took a troll. Okay, I can't move statues. I don't want to place any more things. Whatchamacallits. You know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Grand halls. Your turn. Great halls.
Okay, I'm going to activate my workshop. I'm going to pull in these 3 because they become wilds. I like that. Then I'm going to use a rune to cast a spell.
Rune? Which one?
The hammery one.
Hammer heroes.
Yep, I'm going to spend 2.
You have a whole bunch. Just so you know, you could spend a whole lot more. Like, you could spend 5 of them and do something like that. Because you only have to spend 1 hammer to knock out all 5 of those. And then look, you could place a great hall right here.
Thanks for helping me, babe.
I shouldn't be. Just remember, whenever she wins,
Yeah.
I did it for her.
No, you didn't. Nope, can't do that. It's this one. Do I get an asterisk?
Yes.
No.
You score 5 points for that one as well.
Oh, yeah. I thought I have to get people on there.
You do, or else that's worth no points and that's only worth 2.
I know.
But you do still want to try to build a 2-banger at some point. Because there was no point of doing it now because you can only place pedestals when you have them and you don't have any pedestals.
No.
You have to build a level 2 troll to get pedestals.
But that's going to be my last one, too.
Well,
Oh, fuck, I don't have any coins.
and you don't have any resources anymore either.
Oh, no.
So you're not getting those points. So you probably want to collect this guy and get him onto, or that guy, and try to get them onto those altars.
Yeah, I need to do that. Okay, take your turn.
I don't think it's going to work out for you. Maybe you shouldn't listen to me.
I know,
But
I think you bumped
building that 2 wasn't going to help you because you don't have any pedestals to put on it.
Oh, you hurt me.
No, I didn't hurt you. That gave you 5 points.
Alright, just take your turn.
Oh yeah, level 3, you get to select whatever color pedestal. That's why there aren't any there. You still get a pedestal, but you get to select it. Where these level 2s, they're already pre-selected randomly from the bag.
I find it very hard to even get a level 3 troll. I don't think
We did last night because we had a troll that let you use any a spell that let you use any resource to bribe the trolls.
Yeah, I don't have very many coins coming to me.
Well, there's 2 on this, but again, that's going to end the game for you.
I mean, I would still have 2 more turns, but...
So I have 5 iron. I'm going to spend my spell to use this so I can pay these. I can get paid points as if it was Hearthstone. Now, where am I going to place that?
Doggy looks suspicious.
Oh, you took the 3. So if I wanted to do the 4,
Yeah.
got it.
go lay down.
So that's... I don't gain any additional resources. I do have to spend... one hammer.
Bro, you look like a scraggly homeless dog.
It's okay. It won't be bad. I got it. I'm talking to myself, but I know what I'm doing here. And now I score 11 points. 46, 47.
Yes, Ruru. The Jeopardy song. It's a thinky game.
It really is a thinky game.
You gotta think about what you're
And now I can move statues. I'm gonna pay 1 blue. Wait, can I see the Great Halls that are over there?
Yes. Ruru requires access to the Jeopardy song.
Deal. I'll have that set up for the next stream. Maybe. I say that, it'll be 5 streams from now before I finally remember to do it.
Yes, I will.
I'm going to pay 1 blue cart to move this guy here. So when you move, we were a little confused on how the movement works, but I think what it is that each of these little segments are considered a tile, and you basically pay 1 to either move it anywhere within the tile or to move it to another tile. And I'm pretty sure whenever you move it into another tile, I could place it here, but it costs to move from tile A to tile B. But if it was already here based on like when I found it, and I wanted to move it here, I would have to pay 1 and I could move it there.
Correct.
Boom! Last night we were all over the place with that
I think
rule.
we just paid extra to move.
We did. We paid basically twice because it was once to move it adjacent and then once to move it over and then once to move it into the adjacent one. But I'm going to place him right there. Your turn.
I don't know what I want to do, but don't tell me what I want to do. Shh. Because I am really low on resources. That's not good.
Singing music in my head. Not the Jeopardy music. What are you doing?
I'm thinking. I can pull 3 in.
Yep, use your workspaces first. Do you want to use any spells?
I don't have any hammers, so.
You're right, you sure don't.
You know what? I'm not going to gain very many points. I was just going to end it.
You aren't going to end it.
No, we still have 2 rounds, but I think it would be helpful for me to have more tools.
You could trade in 4 carts for a hammer.
But then I can't move.
Well, that's a good point.
Alright, so shh. Okay, give me that troll.
Which one?
Yep.
You gotta be a little bit more specific. You can't just loosely point in a general direction and say, give me that troll.
Give me that troll. So now I get to cascade all the way down.
Yep.
Except for these 2.
And you get the token.
Oh, snap. I'm going to need those 3 points.
Thanks for the follow, Josh.
Thank you.
You're gonna get the music here in a second. But our Stream Elements is way faster than Streamlabs.
Why is she doing that? No. Please don't yell at her.
Yeah, well, that was the benefit of having the Hammer of Heroes. She was able to place this one for 1 hammer, and then able to place this one for 1 hammer. And then, you know, it's set it up just like that.
Well, I'm...
Creative never seen it. What? it. You're.
Go ahead and take your turn because I can't move any statues and I can't dedicate a great hall, but maybe next turn I will be able to get a statue and move him where he needs to be because I have all of this goodness.
Yep.
Yes, kids. Oh my gosh. Mama.
Kids. Alright, so I've already pre-thought out my plan a little bit here. So she took the player 3 start thing like I wanted. So that kind of messed me up a little bit, but not enough to be kind of an end-all, be-all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 2 coins. I'm going to buy this token right here, this card. So now I get to do the cascade of everything. I probably could have done something a little bit more elaborate using some of my workshops, thinking about it now, but it's okay.
Don't get in the worst spot. That's how you get kicked.
It's technically your turn again, because I cascaded, and I'm not moving any of my stuff.
Okay.
So now, I only have one more turn, right? Or
Yes.
to finish the round, then 2 more turns each.
So you have.
So I have 2, so that I took one of my.
Yes.
So you have 2 more turns, and I only have 1 more turn.
Yes. What?
Sneaky, sneaky.
I'm going to bed, but don't put ball strippers on.
Okay. Let's see. So I only really. Here's 4.
I don't like you trying to hand me stuff.
Because I want you to do stuff with them.
Do you have a pedestal? Nope.
Oh, God damn it, no.
It's okay. You can still spend movements to get them onto their podiums.
Yeah, I want to move him up there. So, I think
So it's going to cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens.
which I have.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna move from there since we counted it out already. Move the statue. Don't have any space for a
It might
great
have
hall.
cost 6, but I'm going to let it slide.
Oh, there, 6.
No, I want you to be able... Okay, it's fine. You'll have enough still
I
to
know.
do your blue
That's
guy.
why I paid what it was worth. Okay. So now it is your last turn.
What are you planning up under your non-yellow? What? Huh? What?
It's because you're not wearing that bright yellow.
That's for... I'll wear it on Wednesday, Rugru. We're gonna play the Pirates flag.
Yes, the Pirates flag.
Maybe the other 2 games
Battle
if we have
goats.
time.
Yeah, if we have time, we'll do some battle goats. I think Tucker would really enjoy that. No, I'm done. I told you it was your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna build...
It's been a while.
This is my last turn, so I have to make it count. So the first thing I'm going to do is trade in 2 carts. 2 carts for 2 red tokens. Tokenses. I'm going to spend... No, I don't want, as I don't know what that's going to be. So I'll just spend two guys. So I'm going to spend 2 hammers and 5, whatever color, 5 heartstone to build this guy right here.
Do you need this big boy?
No, I want the square one.
Oh.
Yeah.
go up 11 points here, so D8.
Yes. 11 points. Hold on, there was stuff underneath this. I also get iron and a heartstone. But now look, I have all this resources and she ended it, so now it's like...
I'm sorry.
I feel like in a 2-player game, maybe there should be more final rounds. Everybody gets 3 instead of everybody getting 2. Because in a 3 or 4-player game, there's more turns, final turns.
So I have one last build in me. It's 4. I'm gonna build this guy. I get a black and a coin. Here is my hammer for that. Where's this guy? He's here. And then I have to move him, and it costs me 3 to move him. So I'm just moving him. Boop.
Mm-hmm.
That is it for my turn.
1, 2... Yeah, I think it only costs you 2 to move them. 1, 2. So you can have one of them back. Alright. Now imagine playing on a way smaller, tighter board. Yes. And is that the idea for the back side of the 2 and 3 player board? Got it. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'm glad we backed the deluxe backer.
I'm excited. And it's gonna be like Christmas because it'll be around Christmas, giving leeway. Because sometimes we know that shit happens. But even with that said, last year we backed other games like Fire in the Library, and we just got it, so it's still like Christmas.
We still haven't gotten the face list.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten the
I don't
face
think we're
list.
getting that one. I'm gonna write it off.
I'm so sad about that game.
You didn't even want the game. I wanted the game because I thought the whole
know.
magnet
Okay.
compass thing was cool.
I'm sad about the money.
So, what is this scoring? Yes, final scoring. Step 1, coronation tokens. The player holding the first and second coronation tokens earns 5 and 3 victory points. So you score your 3 victory points. And now you're crowned a...
Oh wait, hold on, I didn't get my 4 for that. Right?
Take them. Okay.
Thank you.
Was it 4? Did you spend gray?
Yeah, I spent gray. That's why I knew it was 4.
You know what you could have done? You could have discarded those and spent 4.
Oh, I could have, you're right.
And then they would have been 8. You would have doubled your score.
That's okay.
Alright, pedestal points. The pedestal points have collected... Oh, the pedestal points you have collected are worth honor displayed on them. So, we did not collect any pedestal points, because remember what I was saying in the beginning, is that we're missing the pedestal board with all of the pedestal point tokens. So, we were rolling the D4 and taking those points as we placed pedestals.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to skip that step. But in the future, there is another little board, I think it's on the board right here, that has all the little tokens. As you place pedestals, you'll draw those, and then there's points at the end of the game. Mm-hmm. Leftover resources set. For every 3 identical resources, score 1 honor. I'm gonna crush you on identical resources.
You are, because I only have 2 sets of 3.
I have 4.
So you get 4 points, and I get 2 points.
Crushed it. Great halls. For each great hall in your network, you will earn the lesser value if you have no statues, and the greater value if there is a statue from any clan on the altar.
Oh,
So I scored, this one would have been 9 without, but it's 20 with a statue. So I score 20 points for that. What is that? What number is that? 62?
82.
82.
And then you get another 50.
And then this one would be 6 without it, but because I strategically placed him, knowing to flip him over, he was going to be there, I scored 15. Thanks, Zavimbrafogs. I don't remember their name.
Adam.
Was it Adam?
Adam E.
Adam E?
Yep.
Thank you, Adam E, for that suggestion earlier.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You don't score double for statues in a great hall.
What? I didn't score double.
Unless you only get 6 because there's not a pedestal there.
It's not pedestals, it's statues. This one says 6 or 15, and this one says 9 or 20.
Oh, never mind.
And I have statues in both places.
You're okay.
Okay. Ugh, thought I screwed up. It's so good. I did
Always make him question himself.
I did whack my whole little setup all out of.
I told you it was super easy and you bumped mine earlier and messed it all up.
So I scored 35 points between those two.
Rugru, I am not even close.
Did you get your 5 and 8?
No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So this one is 0 or 5, and this one is 2 or 8.
Well, good news. I have more points than I had last night. By 5.
I have almost the same. Statues. Each unearthed statue in your tunnel network earns points depending on their mountain, or the tier of the mountain they're on, and if they're on pedestals. We don't actually have any on pedestals tonight.
No.
But this is where you're going to score 8. So on our little board, you can see this. There is a little color counter. And this tells us, so it's 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. And if they were on pedestals, it would be worth double. So for you, you get 2 plus 8. So you score 10 points.
Yep.
I have. Do you count the statues that are on the altars? Or do they not count because they've already been counted as part of the altar score? No, those statues don't score again, so you don't get 10 points for them.
So...
We got 67.
Okay.
So only my one statue scores,
Gotcha.
and I score 2 points.
2 points.
Damn it! I need one more point!
Isn't it the same score you got last night?
No, last night I had like 88. And maybe it was in the 90s. I have 99 points.
You know, I still have 5 points more than I had last night, so as long as I keep gaining points each game, we're okay. But I'll get there.
99 points. I'm 1 point shy of a hundo.